Listen, this right here, this is some unparalleled shit. This right here, it looks like a flipping fashion festival. Look, I got the suit, but my friend here, oh my goodness. I think I got some competition for real, yo. I'm gonna have to step it up. Man, they roasted me before the interview even started. You see what's going on? It's some real shit. I'm here with a very important collection of people, and I'm honored to be in their presence. Listen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? My name is Red Skingali, aka the Hellspawn Pimp, aka Anti-Hero, aka Anashiadas. And this is Hellzone.
Hell yeah.
We got Messiah, we got Typhoon, we got 741, we got Envy.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to do a little quick introduction?
Shit, you already know me.
Yeah, bro. Messiah, you know my only go ahead.
All right, hold on, I got you. Hold on. You already know who the fuck it is. Boy, it's Typhoon in this motherfucking building. I've been on here before. You already know how it goes down. Go check out my interview if y'all haven't. Shout out to these niggas. Shout out to 741. Shout out to Saya. Shout out to all these niggas. Shout out to that sexy ass nigga right there. It doesn't get much sexier than this.
Got the shade on.
Shout out Hellzone. Y'all already know. Y'all already know the fucking vibes. Doesn't matter. By the way, that boy 741 is in the UK. It's like 4 a.m. for him right now. So
fucking 8 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be great, bro.
All right.
Yeah, this nigga just got done cooking dinner and he's in an interview. That's crazy.
So my first question for y'all: how did Hellzone coagulate? How did y'all come together? And why Hellzone? What makes y'all so special?
Hey Messiah, I think you should answer this because you're OG. Is that cool if you answer this question, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. So, basically it was all planned out like February 2021. It started with my bro Zah, and then like it started like way longer than that. And then it ended because of some corny beef, and then it started back up, and then, you know, cycle. It ended over the court. It didn't end, but like the owner
it shifted, right? Because
yeah,
even when Zah left, we still kept it going because let's face it, bro, we're all in love with each other. We just can't split up, so we just stuck to it.
I'm sorry, I just had to say pause.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, I think it's great though, because it's not like, I feel like a Hellzone is like, it's more than a collective of people. It's like a family. Like, a lot of people say that by a collective and all they'll fucking do is just be like, oh, we only make music and all. Like, you look at that group chat and that shit'll be so dry. You could go into Hellzone, you'll see the most outlandish shit. This nigga talking about twerking in a cartwhile. Like,
hey,
I'm telling you, it's a little bit more than that. It's a little bit more than just like, hey, we don't talk about that. Like I was saying.
Yeah, because we gonna talk about what you were talking about.
Yo, this is an interview.
All right.
Yo.
It's all right. If anything gets out of hand, I can just, chop it up.
Appreciate you. That's a real nigga right there.
Some wild people. So we're gonna say some things. We're gonna say some things for sure.
Well, for one, I feel like this type of camaraderie is what people come to the underground to see and to be a part of. And a lot of when you get these collectives that come together and you see it, I've seen it. I've been in the group chats where all they do is just, hey guys, listen to my new song, but they don't never work together. They don't even make no collabs, no ciphers. And I feel like, that's low-key degenerative and it's fake. It's past, it's beyond the point, So stuff like this is what people are dying to see. Of people coming together and rising up together. That's something we really haven't really seen yet. So
thank you.
My next question for you is, Hellzone has a very unique aesthetic and it's indicative of a message. What would you say is the message to your audience?
Can I take this one, guys?
Yeah, cool? You got that. That's you. That's all you.
Hellzone. When you listen to Hellzone, any one of us, it takes you out of the bullshit. It takes you out of life for a minute. It zones you out of reality and zones you straight into hell. So you're going straight into hell through these experimental, almost psychedelic sounds, all the stuff we're just carrying upward, right? We're not here to continue or be anybody's sequel. Most of my time personally making music over the years has just been developing my sound, not being afraid to just do whatever. And it's really cool to have met people like Typhoon, people like 741, who are cool to experiment and try new things. So you can expect Hellzone to get far just because we keep evolving and we're not getting stuck. And Hellzone just zone out and zone in with us. It's nothing but a party. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like that.
I mean, like real talk, like if we're talking like real, like what is Hellzone? Hellzone, like when you come here and you hear shit, like he's right. You're never gonna hear the same thing twice. That's just one thing about it. And then the one thing about us is we're always gonna keep it real. Ain't nothing fake. There's nothing we have to hide. We always gonna keep it real, especially when it comes to like us and ourselves. Like literally, it's just us.
So the response given was, I love that. But I want to talk about that some more. You know, you said the soundscape, it puts you into hell. Now, somebody may hear that and get apprehensive. They be like, oh, I don't want to go to hell. Da, 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 you know? And this is the thing about the human experience now. I think suffering is something that is widely misinterpreted. And we become strong through suffering. So somebody like me, I mean, I can get it. But could you expound more on that? Why hell?
Because
all about spirituality, bro. Like, bro, look at Hellspawn neck, bro. Look at it, bro. Just look at it.
I just look at it. And then like the thing about it is that when you say hell and people get defensive, it's really just them 14-year-old Axe fans. Just, oh my God, hell, I don't want to go there. Like that's all they do. It's just they're kind of just fucking there. Like, so it's just like when you don't look deep into it or you don't at least try to do a quick little Google search, that's when people become defensive. But when you think of Hellspawn, we're over there, we're chilling. We're not like, let me look at his name. His name is the Hellspawn Pimp. Like, do you see any suffering? Do you see any fucking fire? Do you see this nigga currently exploding? Absolutely not. Look at him chilling.
Niggas ain't exploding, bro.
Like,
I'm gonna say this Hellzone. The reason why it's like, yeah, it's kind of risky, you could say, to be like, hey, you're zoning out of reality and zoning into hell. Yeah, people might be like, what? Get away from me. But at the same time, whenever they see who we are as people, right? When people actually see me and then they just see that there's a deeper message behind it. Typhoon mentioned it's a family, but anyway, what I'm really trying to get at here is that me personally, I suffer a lot, right? And the music I create is what I wake up excited to experience every day. I wake up excited to touch upon my productions more. I get excited to text these fools some more. I'm excited to continue that. It's almost like I've anchored myself in it. So Hellzone is a place where you can anchor your ship when it's storming and you don't know what to do with yourself. And where is hell? It's the ground. So it's deep in the ground. So you got to anchor yourself to save yourself. So that's what it's all about. Anchor yourself to save yourself.
He's slid.
That's real right there. That's that real niggas.
Now, and also, I want to talk about the imagery y'all use, you know? I'm taking a look at the Hellspawn Pimp SoundCloud, and it's very, like, mixed. The banner has a woman chained up within the flames, you know? And the titles, GTA 5, well, hold on, my bad. Let me try.
That's Typhoon, probably. That's Messiah or some shit.
Bound
That's probably Messiah.
Going
right, dude,
in on
bro.
a buster, all this type of stuff. You know, why do y'all choose to use this imagery? I mean, it fits with the whole Hellzone stuff, but what does that symbolize?
For me, the woman in the fire, and she's in the chains, right? But what direction are her hands? They're upward. She's chained up, but she's trying to escape. So my music represents that feeling. So it's like you could feel chained up, but you're still defiant. You're still reaching up, right? So on the banner, she's looking up. She's looking up. So it's very symbolic of, you know, I want to help people get through things. And the beautiful thing about that specific imagery, it's also it's Latino in culture, and I'm Latino. So I'm Mexican American. So I use a lot of Mexican American imagery, and I poetically kind of use that to describe messages and things like that. So that's just the info on that.
I love it. Very inspirational.
Hold on.
This nigga Typhoon, what the go beat his me during the interview.
Yeah.
You got any like yes or no questions, man? You could just aim right for my brain and get every little bit of gold you can get while you can.
All right. Well, Typhoon said hold up, so I didn't know if like something was about to happen.
I didn't know.
What's something about Hellzone and each of you individually that y'all want the world to know about yourself?
You go first, Hellspawn.
That'll come because we gotta let the music talk, really. I'm just gonna say, man, we're gonna have to let that music talk, but yeah.
I mean, hold on, my fault. I had to take out this big ass dog, but like, I guess for now, what I could say is that like, I guess like, yeah, it's like a certain type of energy we're trying to convey. Like, we're not trying to lead y'all on. We're not trying to, I'd say, lie to y'all like half the collectives do and then break apart in the next 6 months, because that wasn't our plan. I mean, if the collective's been alive since like the beginning of 2021, like obviously it's going somewhere, like especially, you know, with changes in members and shit. Like there's no point, like hellzone's not going anywhere. I just want to keep that a fact. I just want to keep that a buck 100. Like hellzone's not going anywhere. We're all here for a reason, regardless if the reason is different or not, but we all have the same intentions and the same morals. We're here to speak the truth. We're here to say nothing but the truth, and we're here to have fun. Like you said, it's a party. It's there. Like this nigga's always like, you join lives, bro. You join Hellspawn's lives, bro. This nigga's always playing with like synths and shit, and it'll be the most out of pocket shit that I've never heard before. You hear this nigga? You hear this auto tune Optimus Prime? Like I can't make this shit up.
This is crazy.
But it's fire. It's fire.
Hellspawn, I need you to do something for me, bro. Hellspawn, can you say make it cream again, please?
Kill yourself now.
You didn't have to say all that. I was just asking a question.
So
Hey, it's a PG rated film. I can't say.
PG. Ain't nothing we say was PG.
So my next question for y'all is, you know, you mentioned, you know, Hellzone isn't going anywhere, and it's about letting the music develop and letting it speak for itself. And I think that's very powerful and something that a lot of artists, you know, practice, is letting the music speak for itself. Do you guys ever notice a separation between your artistic persona and the person you present yourself to be in real life?
No.
I mean, like, it depends. Like, I'm not gonna say for everybody, they're gonna say no. But for me, I won't say it divides me, but it more of kind of blends together. Like, cause when I first started music, I didn't know how to present myself as an artist or to either like express myself. So when I got into like to know these niggas, when I got to know Messiah, I'm like, okay, I got to know 711. When I got to know Hellspawn, I just knew that, okay, like I'm fine. Cause you know, people in the underground, they'd be like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe you, like, you're fucking weirdo or some just stupid shit, and they'll start some stupid reason. So I was able to actually blend those two things together, and that's just who I am today, especially as an artist and in Hellzone. So
Wow,
it's great.
Man, I'm just gonna say, Soldi, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to just continue to spread my wings, man. I'm so excited. Get together, we're putting it together. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be our biggest fan.
hell yeah! I'm already enjoying it. Like, I'm in the presence right now of just like immense. I feel like I'm being healed right now. Like, this is amazing. So my next question for you is you know, more modern and more general. If you know, it's about looking at the big picture. So what do you guys see in current times that affect your worldview? And would you say that your worldview affects how you guys create music?
I think the best people to answer this question would be Hellspawn and 741, because their music kind of represents it a little bit. So
The world, people need to read their books. They need the education, read about themselves, and tap into their culture. Me, whenever I tapped into, you know, my Mexican American heritage, it became a fuel for me. It made my music more elaborate, gave it more of a presence. So I feel like worldview, I mean, when you say worldview, you also talk about current just events in the world. My bad if I...
It's all right. It's your interview.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, there's no filter. Just answer the question.
Okay. All right. Well, the world, you know, I'm more so focused on changing it by not becoming too sad by everything that's happening. That way I can really throw the rope out. So I got to strengthen myself before I can strengthen anyone else. And all this stuff happening in the world is very unfortunate all the time. Just everything on social media 24/7. Very disappointing. I think everybody are some hoes. and they need they need some of that hellzone in their cup. Honestly, they need to mix that around.
Hell yeah.
So that's what we're here to do. We're for the people, really.
And 747, did you have a response?
747. Alright, no.
747 is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, 747 is crazy.
No, I just agree with what Hellspawn said. Honestly, I don't have much to add.
All right, cool. I think he said something really important here, right? One of the reasons and one of the motifs that I have said a lot during my music, you know, my whole process and just working on myself as a person was save myself before I think I can save the world. And I feel like a lot of people, they want to be socially active. They want to be a part of making the world a better place, or at least be on the right side of history, right? And I think, you know, that's a great motivation to have, but I think you're jumping the gun a little bit when people do something like that, you know? And I think as artists, we take a different approach. I'm going to speak for myself through my music, through my art, and we will lead by example. And I truly believe that it's up to people like us to set the tone and the direction that we want the world to go in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you guys characterize, hold on, this is hard because you guys are talking like, I gotta think.
Take your time.
Yeah, because this is what I'm getting at. I've always noticed that like artists or whatever, rappers, you know, had a lot of influence over people. They had a lot of crowd control and influence on culture and how people think. Some people's whole careers revolve around reviewing other people and things like that. What were some of the things that made each of you start taking music seriously?
I think for me personally, it was my first like 3,000 plays. And I was like, oh shit, like people actually like what I'm putting out. And I was still like figuring out like what do I wanted to do? Like the type of music I make now versus like February 2021. Like I wasn't in Hellspawn I wasn't in Hellzone at the time when any of that stuff happened. So I was just getting into the scene. Like it was around the time I first started making music, of course, and I was looking at myself and I was like, damn, you know, this could just be a hobby, whatever. And then couple months went by and I seen that, you know, okay, it was 1K and it was 2K and then it was around the time it was like 3K. I just kind of looked at myself, I was like, oh shit, you know, I was making music, my plays were going up, and I was like, this is not going to be a hobby anymore. Because as I noticed when I started making music, my like level of creativity elevated. The fact that I went from just making 1 or 2 genres, I make like 5 or 6 different genres now. So I was like, it elevated, it never stayed in one place. So that's how I knew that I was like, this is something I'm gonna do. Like when I heard a song, I was like, okay, can I sample that? When I heard a melody, I was like, okay, how can I use that? When I heard another song, I was like, okay, how would I sound on that beat? Like it wouldn't be just, oh, this is a cool song. It would now, okay, I'm putting myself into those shoes. And that was what made me take music seriously. Instead of just, oh, this is a hobby, it's just fun, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. What about the rest of y'all?
Messiah, you can do it.
See that?
Okay. I think he's in Hellzone right now. I think he's zoned out.
Yeah.
That's that Hellzone perky right there.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
For me, I started taking music seriously whenever I liked the sounds that were coming out of myself, and then it became like a drug, right? And you just want to put this all together, and then I just got better at arranging it, the sounds that I liked. So to me, it's kind of like a rush that you get when it's coming from yourself and you also like it yourself. That's the thing. If you don't like your own music, you're not doing it right. It's got to be something that you would listen to yourself, because you want to show yourself that you can build something. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is funk comes from nothing at all. It's all transmitted. That's how it is.
100%. I believe that. Anybody else want to speak their piece?
I don't have much to say, honestly. I just realized, you know, the potential that music has to cause change and everything like that, and fell in love instantly.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. To me, like magic really does. I mean, music really does feel like the closest thing we have to magic in this universe, right? It is the most physical form of magic. When I think of like Harry Potter, you see the lightning bolts flying, people flying on broomsticks. And to me, our equivalent of that is music, because you can really shape the way people think and move and feel, and it can completely change somebody's day off of music. Sometimes, you know, you guys talk about hell zone. I'm taking you to the hell zone. I think, do you guys believe that is like, for example, have you guys ever made a song, right? Boom, and that's just some fire shit. And then afterwards, you're like, bro, how did I even make that? Like,
no, bro.
Was that even me?
Like all the time, bro.
All the time.
So
that literally happened to me like today, this morning, bro. I was like, what the fuck, Nathan?
Nah, that shit happens like.
Yes, the song, but then I saw it said Messiah. I was like, what the fuck?
Or like when you're looking through your files and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't post this. Like,
yeah. I really believe that, because Hellspawn hinted at it. I think it is a spirit that comes upon us artists to make whatever. Like, the song already existed in some dimension, but then we have it, we get it, and then we're like, yeah, I'm gonna make this, you know? I think that's how it works. How do y'all feel about that?
You know what? That's actually very true, because even Michael Jackson said that, because when he was afraid that at the time, you know, when he had his little rivalry with Prince, right? Michael Jackson, he was like, if I don't keep making this music right now, then it's gonna go to Prince. So I gotta keep grinding, because if I don't work this talent, if I don't consistently do this, it's gonna go to him, or it's gonna go to somewhere else. So I kind of keep that same mindset. I gotta keep growing myself, or else someone else is gonna walk out their house looking like this and not me. And I'm gonna be like, oh no, man, that's my role. That's my role. So you gotta take a hold of what the universe allows you to just be blessed by it.
Absolutely.
Man, I'd like to build upon that just a little bit. I also feel like it's like they say, like every little decision in a dimension is like just like a rift in time. Like every single decision is different. So if you wake up and you don't record that song, what if that could have been a hit song? What if that could have been what got you on fucking stage or whatever? So that's why it's like a continuous grind for artists, like especially for us. So I mean, like
for me, bro, it's like I just be wanting to record more, to be honest, bro. Like I hear this, I'll be like, bro, I should record some shit. And then after that, I listen to that song, I'll be like, damn, I should record some shit again. And it just keeps happening, bro. Like it happens every day.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing where I just like, instead of listening to the same 7 songs I do every fucking day, I would go and I look for new music. And I'm like, okay, that song sounds cool. And then I look for another song. I'm like, okay, that song sounds cool. And then I'll go and record something, and it could be completely within the genre or completely off of the genre, just depending on how I'm feeling. I don't know how it works for the rest of them, but that's just for me.
One dynamic I noticed in the underground is that it's almost kind of like a battle royale. The underground is more saturated than ever, right? So people are like, for example, Plug and B, right? There was tiers. There was the originator, and then you had the clones, and then the clones of the clones, and so on and so forth, right? And so as it became more saturated, you know, everybody's rising to take a certain spot. And I noticed that where people are fighting for a certain role, I think that there was a lot of people who sounded like Yeet before Yeet blew up, but he just happened to get that spot, right? So, and there's a lot of people trying to get their own spot, you know, whatever it be with sigilcore, dark trap, vent plug, and all that type of stuff. But it's like the competition. That's how the competition works. What are some of the things that y'all notice in the underground that y'all would want to speak on?
I mean, wow, this is going to be a very different answer for all of us, because we're all in kind of like our own little section. So this is going to be very, very different coming from the 4 of us right now.
Most is people that steal shit like every day, you know. There's some kid that like stole 3 of my songs. I swear, like bought, not even like, he didn't even copy my lyrics. It's like the whole, he literally grabbed the link from my song and then re-uploaded it, and then he thought it was his song. Put like a whole different producer and everything. He's so lame, bro.
Now I remember when that happened too. That went up for like, it went on for like 3 days too. Like 3,
yeah,
maybe.
It was on Sigil bro.
I remember that. This nigga was getting reposted like every other day. It was so stupid. And I was like, I went and I just fucking, I was trying to DM him. Like I was trying to find his SoundCloud or whatever on desktop. And I was just fucking trying to DM him, tell him to take that shit down. or like we'd blow up
I
his fucking
strike one
house
of
or
it.
something.
I strike one of them down, and then he re-uploaded that shit again. I was like, man, fuck it. It took like 6 days to strike it. I'm not doing that shit again, bro.
Yo, but back to the question.
3 songs, bro. So it would have been like 18 weeks to get all of them down, and he might have just re-uploaded that shit again. I was like,
Well, the one thing I think in the underground, at least for what I pay attention to, I feel like that a lot of it is negativity. And it's not based off of who's better than who. It's based off of wanting to create new shit. Like you were talking about clones. Like obviously there are people that sounded like Yeet before Yeet blew up. And I think a lot of people are mad about that. But in my personal opinion, I believe that Yeet put his resources in somewhere better. Yeet grinded a little bit harder for it. And Yeet, you know, kind of just did his thing. And that's why he's at the position he's at. I can't say that I'm a fan of Yeet. I don't even listen to Yeet. But obviously, like, you're going to ask somebody else, like, for example, I use Hellspawn. If you ask Hellspawn, he's going to say, like, oh, Yeet sounds like Cardi and all them put together. He's unoriginal. You know, it's all just about perspective. Like, again, it's all just about perspective and how you perceive it. And then the one thing I noticed on the underground, besides the clones, is that if we take this all the way to, like, a couple years ago, when everybody wanted to be X, everybody wanted to be Juice WRLD, everybody wanted to be the next Michael Jackson, everybody wanted to sing like Chris Brown. I can't use R. Kelly because he's in jail, but you get the whole point. You know, the clones, they never last. And when they do last, they don't have a very fulfilling career. I guess an example of this. What's a good example of this? Who is currently
Justin Bieber?
I don't know what
You never. When's the last time you ever heard his name?
Like a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Shit. What do I look like? Damn near 17, tuning into some Justin Bieber, nigga. Come on.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, y'all don't really hear about him that much.
You're right, though. You're right. But a lot of the people that bite, and a lot of the people that actually, you know, there's just a difference. And I think, well, let me start over. There's a difference between biting and trying to create a new sound. And people who are genuinely trying to create a new sound get shitted on because now it's biting. And these new era sizzle core fans, I hate that term so much, but it's so fucking true. And that's exactly how they like identify themselves, like a group of fucking people. And they'll tell you that you're biting. And then they'll report your song or they'll report your TikTok like 3,000 times. And you'll just end up like, I remember this one song I ended up making. And they were like, oh, you're copying Axe. You want to be Axe so bad. At that point, I was like, what? Because I didn't even use anything. I literally just dropped some Big Crush and some phaser on it, sped it up a little bit and dropped it. And they were like, you want to be Axe so bad. I was like, this doesn't even sound like Axe. I don't even sound like Axe. And they reported my TikTok and I lost it for like 3 days. And then I ended up trying to mix 2 sounds. And I'm still trying to. And, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to mix it and we're trying to create our own genre. And then just this fucking big ass producer, I'm not going to drop any names, but this big ass producer, and he, you know, had produced for like, what's his name? Like Jay Breezo? But everybody kind of knows who Jay Breezo is if you're into rap. He was shitting on me. I was like, dog, like, I don't give a fuck what it's supposed to be, what it's not supposed to be. It's a genre that I'm trying to at least have some diversity in because the originality of the underground. It's so hard, I'd say, to be original as a new artist because you don't want to, like, if you're truly trying to be original and not take inspiration from anything, it's hard not to copy your favorite artist. If that makes any sense, because you're just getting into music.
I get what you mean.
So in order to be truly original, it is very hard. Now, it's not going to be hard as an indie singer or as a pop singer because it's different. But as people who have been obviously in the scene like us, like you, like Saya, like Hellspawn, like 741, you kind of just see it all unfold, whether if it's towards you or not. So like, it's kind of hard. So when you make stuff, like everybody in this call right now has a different sound that I think we've all kind of perfected. I won't say exactly perfected, but at the point where we're so comfortable with it that we can make this sound in like 20 or 30 minutes. Like, I think all of us have gotten to a point where we're pretty much original in our own right, instead of just in that new wave, that new era. That makes any sense. All
right, anybody else want to speak on that, or is that it?
I have something to say about the underground. I don't fuck with it at all. 99% of these motherfuckers are just bitches, honestly.
He's spitting though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Typhoon is like the only person in the underground I listen to. And I know Messiah's like, what do you mean? But hey, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, Typhoon, 741, people always ask me, hey, you listen to this or you listen to that, because they see the sigils and they associate me with, of course. But the history behind that is 2018 and everything. I was putting sigils on my cover art already, and when I saw that other people were doing it too, those collectives and stuff, I was like, wait, really? Because I thought I was the only person doing it. So that's kind of how I met a lot of people, was just because I happened to be doing something and the other people were doing too. But then I came and found out that all the other people putting the sigils on cover arts and stuff, they weren't very nice people like me, like I'm a pretty friendly neighbor, I'll share like some food off the grill with you. But like these other people, man, they just weren't so nice. So then when I came to that reality of like, oh, it's not a very nice place, I just focused on myself, developed my sound for a few years. That's how it's been. Now I'm confident enough with the sounds I've developed to support Hellzone. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Boy, what the fuck? Hold on. That's my manager. Damn. Fuck nah. This bitch didn't even answer. This nigga just declined my call and called me again. Absolutely not. I'm not even answering that shit. Back to the interview, my fault.
Oh yeah, all good. Yeah, I think that's something that everybody's dealing with right now, is trying to understand what it means to be original, because it's a common trope, a common theme among artists to be like, be yourself. But a part of being yourself as an artist is being original, That's one of the things people say that's one of the things haters say in the comments. It's like, be yourself, bro. Stop being a blank clone and all that type of stuff. So what would you guys say is the method, the recipe for being original?
I got one word for this. One word. I think Hellspawn has it, but it's literally. I think it might be what everybody's thinking, but it's just experimentation. It's just experiment. You never know. Anything could blow up. Shit. Like, I mean, like, I don't even understand. Like, I'll just throw this out there. Like, Yabujin is a good example. Cemetery is a great example. Like, you got your people who don't like Cemetery. You got people who are ready to die for this nigga off the bat. So it's just like, it's all just experimentation, because like I said, you never know. Shit.
You become original when you gain a personality. Me, I'm the Hellspawn pimp, and I'm a character. So when you can become a character in your music, doesn't even have to be like a lot, but when you can be your own character, that helps. Just because everybody's different. Everybody's a different soul, a different spirit, no matter their upbringing. So I feel like you really got to put your own personality in it, your own desires in it. Put your lust into it, put your desire into it, and then that's how I became the character I am. Really, just mixing all these things, these desires, and it's a personality thing. You got to be your own character, because a lot of people in the underground, they don't have any character. They just put vocals on a beat and then they call it a day. They're nobody in real life. You got to be somebody in your life.
I like that. Okay, yeah, I think that's the thing, and I really 100% agree with that, where through working on your personal insecurities or whatever you got in your personal life, that will be reflected into your music. A lot of people, if you aren't of a certain character, I don't think you can make it as an artist, and you can't just be, I'm gonna be honest, you can't just be like everybody else, right? And it's kind of backwards in the artist world. And I noticed this from the jump, where celebrities could be eccentric all they wanted and nobody would judge them for it. Rather, they would get praised for it. But if somebody goes to school and they want to dress how they want to dress, they end up getting judged. Oh, that guy's weird, and they put them in a box. And I always found that so odd, It's really weird.
Yeah, so in high school, I was getting really serious about the music in high school, and I wasn't just being myself in the music. I would go to school as the Hellspawn thing. So one time, this girl was hating on me in the lunchroom, talking about, "Oh, you ain't no," and I just looked at her straight in the eye, and I said, "Listen, I'm the Hellspawn pimp," and then it's just
it's just that simple.
That.
her face, bro. She didn't know what to do, bro. And then I just walked off, like, cause why even, bro? Yeah, you're gonna get backlash when you're not anything yet. When you're not famous and you're just being yourself, people are gonna be like, "Hey, what do you do?" Like, I'm the Hillspawn pimp, and then the same for Typhoon. Like, somebody ever tries to bother him, just say, "I'm Typhoon," and just walk away, or "I'm 741." Walk away. I'm Hex Lord. I'm Hex Lord. Walk away.
Yeah.
So,
All right, for sure.
I mean, like, I got a little bit to build on now. I'm trying not to talk too long because it should be long. But I think that it's kind of, I think you're right and you're maybe a little bit wrong because it's different. It's different for everybody. Everybody's experience is different. Like, I go to school, when I first started rapping, everybody was hearing that shit. It's like, okay, you're a little rapper. Like, because it spread. And I got my first 700 off of that. And then, you know, I had a bunch of people walking up to me like, "Oh my God, do you rap? Do you rap? Do you rap?" And I was like, "Who the fuck? Like, who are you?" And they would just come to me. And then I remember getting hate for experimenting. And then it started to sound good. And I think that's where one of my songs came out. And then I walked into the cafeteria and this kid had this big ass speaker. And I was like, "Oh Lord." And he brought it outside. And I was sitting right there. He's like, "Hey guys, y'all gotta listen to it." And the first thing I hear is, "Yo, bitch, I can ask you on the move." I'm like, bro, oh my God. And then he just starts blasting my song in the courtyard. And because I was super shy about music, my ass ran away. This thing over here turning up with a whole bunch of people. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then after that, you know, I would just fuck around. I would go around freestyling. And these girls would be like, "You're not gonna be a rapper. You're not gonna be shit, whatever." And I was like, okay, fuck y'all. And then one day, I went to the lunch table outside. Niggas had another speaker. This nigga starts playing a beat. I almost got suspended that day because I was freestyling I was so long for like 25 minutes. And they thought we were trying to start a fight. And they kept me in the office until I could show them the video of just me freestyling because it was like everybody had crowded around. So like they had to get the officer there. They had to get the dean there. They were like, "Oh, you were trying to start a riot, huh?" And I go to a majority white school. So, you know, the staff looking at me, they're like, average black boy. Oh my God, just back at his nigtivities again.
Yeah.
They really thought I was trying to start a fight. So I was like, okay. So I had to stay there. And then that's where the whole school kind of found out that I do my little thing. So nobody kind of bothers me about it. But like, I get crowded every once in a while. But then on top of that, my friend who, shout out to him, by the way, shout out you all, man. I know you're probably gonna watch this later. But he had told me one day, he was like, because he was spectating, like he would watch me rap. And he would try to rap, and he had been going since like summer of last year, and now he's making his own songs, and they're pretty fucking good. And you know, he came to me, he was like, "Bro, you're like my main inspiration," type shit. And I was like, I just didn't know how to feel. Like when you get a message like that, you just don't know how to feel at all. Like, cause I was like, oh, but damn, I kind of had that impact on people. Like, damn. So like, I kind of made this whole artist thing at my school like cool. Like I made it okay to do, at least for my grade. Like I kind of broke that mold, that shell, kind of like how everybody else does. Like Hellspawn has his own character. Sai is just known for being energetic. 741 has the ambient thing going on, which I fuck with heavy. I love everybody's sounds here.
Well, 741 music be scaring me. I'm not gonna even lie.
I'm not gonna lie with you, real time. This should be scary.
Scaring me. They kill God.
It should be scary, bro. But I kind of broke that barrier. So when I saw like all these producers, you know, because you can see who people follows. So I would go like, it would be this one producer, he hit me up and it was like followed by 39 other people. And I was like, who the fuck? He was like, "Oh, yo, I'm a senior. Yo, I go to your school. Like I produce beats. You show me these beats." I'm like, "Oh, fuck, that's hard." So I made a lot of people who made music. Even one of my IRLs that were on my album. I met him through making music, like through freestyling, through just being myself, and everybody would just, and it's funny, like, cause sometimes it would get on my nerves. These niggas would be like, "Do you know who he is? You know who he is?" Be like, "Who is he?" "Nigga, that's Typhoon. You better put some respect on his motherfucking name." I'm like, bro, oh my God. Everybody is crazy.
We're getting the whole Typhoon lore today. The whole lore of Typhoon, man.
Bro, I'm just having fun today. Saya, I want you. Yeah, I know Saya has like some stories on this one. So,
hey, bro, what you want me to talk about?
Yeah, I know you got some stories on this one. Don't hold us, bro.
Yeah. Y'all really want me to say this shit?
Right. Okay. So basically,
they gonna call me Cordy in the comments, but I don't even care, bro. So y'all know how I got a lot of outs, bro. Not even online, just in real life, bro. Got hella outs, bro. and I can't speak on why, cause then they gonna call me corny again. This nigga, y'all know what slapboxing is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this nigga wanted to slapbox me in the back. Bro, turn that down, bro. What are you? Oh my god, I can't even talk. Anyways, like, ignore it. Oh, let me just go somewhere else.
Man. We sorry, bro. That's my fault. That's our fault, bro.
Alright, bro. Like I was saying, bro. So basically, this nigga wanted to slapbox me, right? So I did. I'm not talking to you, London. I'm talking. Oh my. I gotta go somewhere else. Hold on. Let me just travel.
Tell him you.
My fault.
Tell him talking to X-Lord, bro. Tell him talking to X-Lord and they'll shut up. Because everybody
Hey,
know
I'm not gonna
X-Lord.
lie. Silence is
You
probably.
gotta ignore TV in the background, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell my story. I'm sorry. I apologize. But what's it called? So some nigga wanna slapbox me in the bathroom, right? Mind you, bro, I was fried as hell. I didn't know what I was doing, bro. I just kept seeing shit like my fucking. My vision would go black with like colors. I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? So this nigga wanna slapbox me, right? And then he was really saying it like in front of everybody so he can act tough and shit. So when I went up to the bathroom, bro, he wasn't even there, bro. So I walked back in the hallway, and he said, "Man, that man saw a rapper. Don't play with him." I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" And then, cause you know how they found that shit out. I had my Instagram thing contact sync, so they saw everything, bro. I was like, "Oh my fucking god, bro!" And they had my whole SoundCloud. They had my fucking music account. They had everything, bro. Bro. Basically, my point is, people would do everything just to alert. Like, if you get what I'm saying, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's like, shut up. But people would, oh my god, can I talk, bro? Jesus fucking, damn, this nigga's so annoying, bro. Oh my, I can't talk, bro. Y'all hear this?
Yeah,
I'm getting harassed.
I was gonna say he's schizophrenic, but never mind.
Oh my god, no, bro, I'm not. Y'all hear that too, right?
Yeah.
I hear it just a
I'm even
little
gonna finish
bit.
my story, bro. Y'all go ahead.
All right. I can build on this 100%. Like, Hexlord, that character is based on myself. Like, he's just a self-insert of who I used to be. Because I used to be hella insecure about my music, especially during like my freshman year of high school. I hated when people played it because the whole thing was just
It was embarrassing, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yes, bro. That shit is
That's
crazy.
how it was for me in that hallway.
Bro, it wasn't even, bro. For me, it was like, I was playing around in my music. So like my very first fucking tag was just a clip of me saying Mr. Bad Bitch Enthusiast. So everybody would come to me, they'd be like, that's Typhoon, aka Mr. Bad Bitch Enthusiast, nigga. I would just never, like, they would never stop saying that shit. This shit would get on my nerves. So I'd be like, do not play none of my shit. I'd be so fucking mad.
You know what had me so pissed, bro?
Oh my god.
What?
What's up?
Bitch had thought I made hyper pop, bro. I was finna fucking, I was finna shoot up the whole school, bro. Cause ain't no way, bro. There's no way you think I make hyper pop. Like, they was like, bro, you make hyper pop, right? I was like, I just walked away from that nigga. I just looked at that nigga like with that little whatever face, and I walked away. Cause that shit annoyed me.
I feel that.
Niggas they don't even take a second to listen to your music. They just automatically.
Yeah. It's because of sped up, bro. It's because of like the little hype.
You're putting it the same shit to me. They was like, oh, he be making sizzle core. That nigga a demon. I was like, who the fuck? I was like, dog.
It's really
like,
weird. Like,
but you know, some people, they don't have like the knowledge. Like, they don't know about the underground. They're not an artist.
Yeah, they like mainstream at my school. They like mainstream shit.
Oh hell yeah, nigga! I got Kodak listeners. These niggas be like, bruh, yo ass weird shit. You
niggas be listening to Lil Durk and shit.
Nah, bro. Lil Durk is wild.
Listening to that King Von, bro. Oh my fucking god.
And they'll sit over there and compare your music. Like, I remember for like
I sound like King Von, bro. Jeez.
I don't know how you gonna sound like King Von. Your voice
They
ain't
tried to
like
compare me to Young Boy, bro. I was finna cry right there.
No, I literally stopped rapping on beats, like actually rapping. Like, I started like getting more melodic shit, and I think that was a good thing. But it was because of all the young Chris comments. They'd be like, so I rapped over like, I don't know if Hellspawn heard it, but I think Hellspawn knows You Want a Cuff. And I rapped over that. They were like, you know who the fuck you sound like? I was like, here we fucking go. Here we go. He's like, you sound like that young Chris boy. It did all the hoes and all the other niggas. Like, oh my god, yeah, he do just sound like young Chris. Like, what the fuck out my face with that bullshit, bruh? Like, it's gonna be so annoying, but you can't help it because sometimes it's just a lack of knowledge and a lack of knowing, like, underground shit, because not a lot of people listen to underground. It's underground for a reason.
100%. That was something I experienced a lot. Like, people just didn't get it. And plus, where I was in like my development, back in the day, I used to suck, just to put it plainly. So, and it was a mix of the two. And I remember, right, I went up for a pep rally because niggas knew I made music, right? And the people who would listen to it just because I'm their friend, not because they actually like my music. And I kind of find that insulting. I'm like, bro, stop. You don't have to, in order to be friends with me, you don't have to listen to my music. I thought that shit was so weird. But then I did a pep rally, right? And I had to go rap in front of everybody. And I tell you what, bro, the mic was glitched out. Bro, that shit was like on some Scott Pilgrim shit. It was just so, it was embarrassing for me because the mic was too loud. Like, it was turned up too loud. So then I was going in the mic, they were like, what is he even saying? I'm like, bro, this is embarrassing. So I left, right? And they're like, hey, it's all right, man. It's all right. And I'm like, I don't like it. I feel like we experience a unique level of embarrassment as artists.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's because it's like a big ass. It's a target on your back on top of that. Because they'd be like, because I don't know, for some people, like I'll use, I think his name's like Kanji or whatever. But I remember following him before, the whole. Does anybody know the song Attachment? That little TikTok song that blew up. If you're on TikTok, you know it's called Attachment. And we were following him. And I was like, this is hard. And then everybody hopped on the bandwagon. And then I remember when my song started going around my school, and I was like, huh? And then I look on my school page, and I see the fucking cover of the song, and I'm just like, I'm just begging whoever's on the fucking page to take it down, because I'm like, dog, chill, because like it has like 1,000 followers, and my school has like 3,000 people. So I just like, bro, oh my god, like there's three. Like, think about that. Think about how big my city is, and think about how big the school is. If a school has 3,000 people, my whole grade is gonna find out about it.
Yeah,
like a whole grade. Like, I can't walk nowhere. I can't do anything. So they did end up finding out about it. I was like, oh fuck. And then I got a little bit of clout off of that, a little bit of TikTok followers. But I kind of just mellowed out after that. I think that was the time where I was like, okay, as an artist, they're always gonna try to catch you at a like terrible time. It's like everything I feel that people do, they're always gonna try to catch you. Like, if we use fucking Drake as an example, like everybody sees those damn zesty ass Drake views, those BBL Drake views. Like every time he raps or he drops a song, they be like, damn, ooh girl, period, like per Drake. Like everybody gets on Drake's ass. Or like they'll catch Meek Mill just doing some bullshit like with the fry. Like everybody, Big Mill kind of do half that shit himself, but that's not the point. They're always gonna try to catch you in like a light of just embarrassment. But I think that's a good thing, though, as an artist, because it shows that you can have fun with yourself and not completely be this old, serious, mysterious-ass figure, because too many niggas in the underground try to be Batman instead of just, have fun.
Exactly, for sure.
So I think it works.
I think it does work, too. And I think that is just a part of our journey. This is our hero's journey where we gotta deal with it a little bit. And the sooner we can make our weakness one of our strengths, we will thrive.
No, it does.
Fight the power.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the music. You guys all have varying soundscapes, different types of sounds.
Hell yeah.
So where do y'all? How was it like putting certain sounds together on an individual basis? Like I worded that question poorly, so let me break it down a little bit. Right.
I know what you're talking about, because Hellspawn music scared me at first too, bro, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is he saying? What is going on? What is this? And then I was like, bro, Hellspawn, like, what are you saying? And he told me, I was like, okay, now this shit hard. Because, like, at first it's like his music is trippy. You can't hear what he's saying on purpose, bro. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it was funny, man. I was in my DMs talking about, hey, there's this weird sound towards the beginning at the 4th second. What is that? And I said, that's a vocal. And he didn't believe me. And then when I told him what the vocal was,
it was like a tag at first. That's what it sounded like.
He was like, that's a vocal? He was like, I was like, yeah. It was dope, though. Like, it's cool.
I think it was like...
That little sentence he was using earlier, bro. He said something with the...
Bro, oh my god, bro. This nigga Hellspot is dead ass a character. Like, you'll never be somebody different. This nigga's a fucking character, bro.
Bro, yeah, if you go on my lives, I do whatever, bro. I say whatever. as loud as I want. I say the most. People catch me lacking on there. People send me videos like a week later of something I did in my life, and I just can't believe I did that. Like, it has me feeling like I show speed or something. Like, I'm like, I did that. So
He's shit, bro.
100%. I think that's just like, I think that's beautiful when you are able to combine who you are with the music and have them, thematically connect. So I think that's really cool. Like, I think for some people though, it gets to their head where if they're gangster in their raps, they have to keep it up with, in real life, right? So if I'm rapping about shooting people in real life, people are gonna try and hold me to that standard, and I feel like it can be just as a good thing as it is a bad thing, for sure.
I mean,
Right.
like you gotta understand from a perspective of like, let's just say, oh my god, I feel like I just skimmed over some shit, but let's just say like I'll use the most important phrase that I feel like as an artist you have to follow, and it's don't forget where you came from. And that's what I feel like it goes over a lot of people's heads, like a lot of, like, I mean, you would think it would be the most simple shit, especially in the underground. People will beef over fucking anything. Like, they'll beef over a sip of some fucking drink, and I've seen it happen, and they're ready to kill somebody for it. And I'm like, y'all are internet beef, it doesn't matter. And they'll act like, I'm like, dude, you live in a gated community. You have 2 Mercedes in your front yards. I don't know what the fuck you sit over here talking about. You go shoot somebody. You have never held a Glock in your life. And they'll sit up there and they'll act like they about to do it. And then it's like, now sometimes it's more of a matter of if you get to meet the person. Like, if you had to sit down a conversation with you, I'm gonna tell you I struggle, I'm gonna tell you what I did. If you sat down, sometimes it's matter you meet the person. But if you put your whole life on social media, like a lot of these new artists do, and they put their feelings on social media, now that the people that want to diss you kind of get a perspective of who you are.
That's me that shit when I actually leaked his fucking address like 2 weeks ago, bro. Because somebody wanted to fight him. Nigga put his address in the chat, bro. And he pinned it. He pinned it, bro.
This nigga is so fucking dumb, bro. You see, that's another example of some stupid shit like that. And then, I don't wish death upon anybody, but like, what could have happened to Axe in that situation? Like anything could happen. Some nigga could really pull up and just murk that nigga just off the bat. And I don't even the niggas I don't like in the underground, unless you're like the pedo or something, I'm not gonna wish death upon you, because I know that simple beef can be solved out without with just a simple conversation.
For sure.
So, like, I'm not sitting here like, especially to all the niggas that are watching this, especially you, nigga. I know you're going to see this, and you're still mad at me. I'm not beefing with you. You're beefing with yourself. You're beefing with a vision of me. You're beefing with my shadow. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but like, DM me, please. Like, DM me. I'm not here to beef. I'm not here to start no EP because.
How did I even beef?
For me, bro, nigga, I literally told this nigga something about what I've read. And I think I didn't think it would come off as disrespect. It really wasn't disrespectful, but I apologize for anything. But it was like over religion, and it kicked me from the collective, and it wasn't even his call. But everybody just kind of was like, oh, okay, whatever. Nobody really thought it was. Nobody really thought it was. I brought up the proof, and I was like, let's debate this. We debated over religion because I wanted to know more. Because at the time I was still studying religion, pretty vividly, and I was like, hey, let's debate this. And this nigga was like, no, fuck you, bro. And I was like, what? He's like, fuck you, you lame ass nigga.
I thought you just left.
No. Nigga just blatantly.
You said you were gonna leave. You said I'm leaving this. Talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the beef, but back to that. He was like no, fuck you, nigga. And then I don't know if I think that's like in the newer side. I think we're in currently I think right now all of us are currently in the slow burn grind of music, if that makes any sense. The slow burn grind, if nobody knows what that is like a grind that feels like it'll take the longest, but it's the most important part of the grind, because that can solidify whether you're gonna make it. Like, I feel like all of us in this call right now are in the slow burn grind. Every single last one of us are in the slow burn grind. Silas, me, 741, Saya, everybody's in the slow burn grind. But this was like the newer section of there. This was right before I got into it. And he was literally just sitting there, and he was like, bro, he was dissing me, and it was a bunch of beef, and I got a screenshot of somebody beefing with somebody, and it was like, and this dude was, reposting my shit, and he DMs the dude, and he's like, fuck Typhoon, and then, some shit that went down, and I seen another screenshot, and he was like, oh, now you want to switch up because Typhoon on some op shit. That was literally the title of one of my songs because I saw the screenshot. If that song wouldn't have been on that.
Hold on, can you DM me who it is? I don't want you to say names on here though.
I'm not gonna say it, but you're not gonna know who he is. I'm telling you, this nigga is irrelevant. He's so irrelevant to the point where I'm talking about this in such a calm manner, like a fucking therapist. Like I don't care. Like it's so irrelevant. That's why I'm saying I know he's gonna see this because people see my name.
Are you talking about Reno?
No, not Reno, nigga.
Like, who, bro?
No, Nick, you about to get me canceled on this damn.
Oh, just fucking DM me,
I'm
bro.
gonna DM you. But it's one nigga. I'm not gonna give up two names, but he had been making music apparently for a while, and I thought it was ironic that this nigga had 20 followers. I only had been making music 8 or 10 months, 7 months at this point. By the time we argued, and I was sick. I was just getting off of getting sick at this time. So you wanted to diss me, 1, while I was sick, 2, while I'm blocked on Instagram, and 3, you want to comment on some hoes comment section and then tell my boy that you have his girl his ex that he currently broke up. I got your bitch in my DMs. Nigga, that is the most community thought. You're not special, dog. Bro, for the right circumstance, she'll suck your ass up for a quarter. I'm telling you, there's the community thought right there. But you just wanted to flex that, and then you wanted to keep talking about me. I didn't understand. And so it got to a point where I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna diss back. And now he wants the diss. He claims he wants the diss. I don't know if they made the diss. We haven't seen it. But if they do, then me and my collective, not Hell, I won't put hellzone in this because, this really isn't hellzone's business. But, me and Sincere will respond accordingly. This is how it is. Like, I don't know. This is kind of weird because he beefed with me over something that I just wanted clear knowledge over. Which kind of upset me because I was like, you've been doing music I'm just quoting it from him. You've been doing music almost as long as I've been freestyling for. And I've been freestyling ever since 2017. That's like when I was in 6th grade, the summer of 5th grade. So I've been freestyling for that fucking long. And maybe like 75% of that, you claim that you've been making music, but you're still below me. It doesn't make any sense. And so they'll beef with me over this stupid shit. And, because Typhoon's on some op shit. Because of that screenshot, if anybody listened to the album, obviously that's what it is. Now, you can listen to the song. There's no name drops. There's absolutely 0 name drops. So you won't know who the fuck it is. No Saya. You won't know who it is off the song.
That's right, bro. Matter of fact, bro,
I actually like that song.
let y'all know right now.
You know that song? You know that song?
I'll ever do it this. I'm saying names. I don't care, bro.
Listen, bro. You know what's so funny? I made sure that song was fucking special. I had Messiah mix it, and then I had my boy Keku mix it, and then I just dropped that shit, bro. And I was like, that shit was hard, but pay attention to the lyrics. Then
I think we should kind of talk more about the music process, like us making, the music. I think, bro, Typhoon, you don't gotta entertain. You're Typhoon, bro. Come on.
Saying I wasn't even entertaining it. I was just like, okay, he wants to keep talking. I'm just gonna wait until he drops. And then I was just like, fuck it. I was like, fuck it. You know what? Let's talk. Let's talk. Because I was really being petty. Like that was like me of just being petty. Because as an artist, I'm always gonna advocate for don't beef. We want to collab. Because again, you never know. Like a lot of the artists that are beefing currently, like would make some fire ass music like together. And I would hate to be put in like a Tana Slump 6 situation because Tana's beefing with Slump 6 and they used to be best friends. I'd hate to be in that situation, so that's why I always advocate for no beef. Go make connections, go have fun, go have some friends, whatever. But people are beef over stupid shit. I'm not beefing with each other. You got a problem with me, anybody that may be watching this in the future, it doesn't matter if it's 2023, 24, I could be fucking dead. DM my ass, bro. I don't care. There's no reason for you to be mad at me or beef with me. Like, you get a problem with me, DM me. We'll have a conversation about it. Simple as. That's it.
I do want to build on that. Just one way. Because in the music underground scene, there's a lot of people who put in the work, but they may feel like, dang, why am I not up here yet? Why am I not seeing the success I feel like I deserve? And I have this idea that things are the way they are because, like, that's just the way it is. It's either you're doing something wrong, you're doing something that's putting you in this position that is not letting you be here. Like, for example, I talked about this in another interview, and like, people will be at your job and they feel like, bro, I really don't like work, and I feel like I should be in a better spot. I was a good kid in school, And it's like, bro, whatever you're doing, you're not where you're at because you're doing something wrong. Like, that's just the way it is. And I feel like a lot of people have a hard time accepting that, being accountable, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes it's like, now I know that they're a little bit different about it. House Spawn and 741, they're not the biggest fans of, I mean, like, I don't think they would mind blowing up, but I don't think they want to have what I like to call the Steve Lacy syndrome, you know, where TikTok only knows about 2% of your song and you're sitting over there like, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they want to be put in that position. So it's all about, you know, what are you doing? Like, I wouldn't blame anybody as an artist if you looked up how to gain like more monthly listeners, how to gain more views. Because it's all, as an artist, the music making process, you can throw your vocals on a beat. You can do this. You can do that. You can throw the most bullshit on a beat. The reason why these other artists that you may think are worse than you know, get more plays than you or do anything. I've been in this position so many fucking times where I've seen niggas who are shitty get more plays, but it's simply because they promote. As an artist, promoting is so embarrassing at points, at times, because sometimes you'll get the worst comment, sometimes you'll get the best comment, sometimes the video will flop, but it's all about consistency. So, and not only consistency, it's all about knowledge. What do I know already that I can do to put my shit out there? What can I do already? Okay, let me make a good chunk of change from this. You get what I'm saying? Like, what can I do to put myself in a position that's going to get me, I'd say, up, that is going to elevate me, that's going to basically kick my ass all the way up them damn stairs and fly past the people who haven't done it yet. That's just, you know, it's all about what are you willing to do? How hard are you willing to work for it? Like, I hate to be like one of them niggas, but like, you can use Kobe Bryant for an example. That nigga stayed after hours in the gym shooting for hours before he went fucking home. Hours. You know, and I can't say that he was necessarily the best, rip him, but it's like, he practiced, he put in that grind to get where he's at. You know, before that nigga died, he had sponsorships, he had deals, like, he worked completely harder. Like, it just all depends. Sometimes though, it's not working harder, it's working smarter. Like, you don't need to be put in a position. If you know somebody has a connection, bro, if they're a real homie and they have that connection, they're gonna try to put you on. Just point blank here, they're gonna try to put you on. And sometimes that shit works. That shit really does work, and it elevates people's career. Like, I've seen that happen to a couple people, and I think it's also happened to somebody in this call too. Sai is a good example. 741 is a really good example. People ask me about them all the time. My IRLs fuck with both of them because I constantly repost their shit on SoundCloud, and because they look at my following, like, oh, who the fuck is this? And so, like, all those extra plays, they're either getting that from just random people across the road, like the globe, or just my IRLs. So, like, Hellspawn, my IRL even came to me, like, before, you know, my little hurricane shit went down. He was like, bro, who is this Hellspawn guy? Like, I fuck with his shit. I was like, really? I'm looking at him and I'm like, really? Yo, you fuck with Hellspawn? That's crazy. And because a lot of my IRLs, like, a lot of people in the underground, like, I start to see their names, like, pop up. So when I see my homeboy's name, I'm like, oh yeah, I know them. Yada, yada, yada. You know, I'm always there to advocate and help and, you know, promote and shit like that. So it's all just about, hey, what can you do? Especially in collectives. Like, I want to go back to what you said, where they'll be dead. Like, collectives will be dead. The point of a collective is to help people grow. Stop just sending fucking SoundCloud links and then being like, listen to this, and then go ghost for like a week until you make a new song. So it's just like, it's all about growth and family at the same time. Because if you can make connections with these people on a friend level, they're looking at you and they're like, oh, shit, well, he cool. I'm gonna help him out. Because you never know what you could need. And I think that Yeet is a great example of this. Autumn is a great example of this. Summer is a great example. Even somebody like Michael Jackson was a great example of this. Because, you know, those little connections, like when he was a dancer and shit, do you not think that because he was a dancer on top of a singer, on top of that artist persona, that didn't get him the connections he needed to, like, put him on? Because you never know who you could be friends with. You never know. Like, Saya, bro, like, Saya has literally the most connections in this collective. By far, this nigga knows everybody and their grandmother. I'm like, this nigga will tell me the family tree, where they from, where his uncle died at. Like, this nigga knows everybody.
Oh yeah, I caught Saya talking to my mom the other night. I'm like, dang, Bobby.
Yo, that's crazy, Saya. Dang.
Put niggas onto y'all though.
Fuck you, nigga. Nigga was
what, bro?
about
like, bro, Slur said you was fired.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I sent a beat to Slur, and I don't think Slur ever used it, but it was just basically just a free ass beat, and I had sent it to him and I was like, hey bro, can you get slur on this? Because it was around the time I started producing, and I was like, oh fuck, it'd be perfect, because I don't see slur as like the same way I see everybody else in the underground. So I was like, I sent it to him. Slur text Saya. I was like, oh, this shit hard. What the fuck? That sample wild, but this shit hard. I was like, yo, Slur caught my shit hard. So maybe in the future, if he finds the file or if he ever asks Saya for it, you may see a Prod Typhoon soon. Maybe you never know. Hey, but as soon as that shit happens and I get a bunch of clout out of nowhere, I'm shouting everybody out. That's just facts. Never gonna forget where I came from. But that's really about it. I don't know if Saya has that.
Yeah, bro. I always recognize my day ones.
Like I don't know. I don't believe
got egos. They don't want to talk about it.
Bro, the egos be fucking crazy. Niggas will really ego you over a stick of butter. Like, I mean, just the most bullshit shit. I'll be like, I got
100K. Don't even talk to me, bro.
Like, bro, I'm like, dog, I just hit 12K. You got 100K off of that TikTok song, and none of your numbers are consistent, buddy. Relax. And then they'll sit there, and not only they'll ego you, I think it's fucking common. Like in this fucking calm, where they'll make memes about it, and they'll be like, niggas after hitting their first 100K on SoundCloud is some nerdy ass nigga with a Metallica t-shirt and a BB belt. Like it's bro, it's so true, bro. And they'll literally sit there. They'll delete all their posts. And I had that one post.
Yup.
That's some random ass hashtag they made, and they'll call it a day.
Yeah, I see that shit a lot. Speaking of that, out of the roster of songs that y'all have out right now, what would y'all say is your favorite song?
Like all of us?
Yeah.
Like favorite song from each other?
My favorite song is still unreleased, bro.
My favorite, I don't have a favorite song. For me, now, if you're talking about my favorite song currently, I don't know if you've heard it, Silas. I should have sent it to you during the music promotion thing, but I guess I'll get it to you probably the next live stream, because I want to hear your live reaction. But it's Deaf to the Underground. I think people in this call may know Deaf to the Underground. I know Saya knows about it because I sent it to him. I think I sent it. He was one of the first people to hear.
You said it? Say it again.
Deaf to the Underground. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite song. I made that I of what had happened to Hellzone earlier. So I was fucking mad, bro. Cause I was like, none of this shit makes sense.
It's technically Hellzone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bro, that nigga Reno started it. I swear to God, he was instigating. And y'all know curses, right?
Yeah, we know curses. Curses is a wild one. I ain't gonna lie. I don't.
I thought he funny as hell. But like, he was at Curse's live talking about, ooh, Saya, he's dissing Hellzone. You gonna just let him do that? And like at the time, bro, I was like going through shit. I ain't want to respond to DMs, bro. I just didn't want to talk to nobody in general. When you get DMs about beef, like, oh my fucking God, I ain't want to do shit. And then people was like mad at me. And I had a kid from Hellzone. I was like, fuck, damn, I don't even know what to do. And then, but like, I saw that shit like 2 days, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But like, bro, that's when like Hellzone, bro, it was literally the first day, bro, and Hellzone ended the first day it started. I was like, oh my fucking God, bro.
It wasn't, I won't say it was the first day. It was like the first day, I guess, Messiah like solidified it.
Yeah.
Because Hellzone had been up for a while.
Before that, too, I was like,
oh, you were? Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro, like, it was me and Zah and Keku, bro. Basically, like, at first, it was just me and Zah. Then, it wasn't Keku, I'm tripping. But at first, it was me and Zah. Like, he was talking to me about it. And then I was like, yeah, we should do this shit, bro. And then he didn't do it until, like, 100 years later. And then when we actually did it, like, oh, my fucking God, it got ruined, bro.
Yeah,
I felt bad for Zah because, like, bro, so much time in the making just for, like, the first week probably to get fucking bombed, bro. It was sad as fuck.
Like it wasn't the downfall. I remember like talking to one about it, and I was like, bro, we got to get this shit solved. And so he live streamed it, and that's when kind of the truth got out, because shit spreads around the underground.
Bro, like during it was me and Zah beefing, and I was like, bro, wait, you and Zah are beefing? I thought
yeah,
so.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, everybody was asking me about it though. I was like, bro, I thought you and Zah was cool. I was like, man, whatever, bro. I don't even want to talk to you. Shut the fuck, leave me alone.
But so, it was in all reality, it was really over some dumb shit. It just could have been solved.
It was, bro. I don't even know what. I think it was like I didn't diss Hex, bro. I don't know, bro.
It was some stupid shit. It was like because he didn't want to respond. Because I think Sai was also like going through some shit too. Like Sai didn't want to. He was trying to grow a little bit more because he wasn't like. If we're gonna be honest, by the time that shit started, that was the time I started working with like 741. Shout out to you, nigga, Jane, bro. You're so fucking talented. And that was around the time that I guess Sai was trying to grow his career, and he like elevated.
That's
He
when
was
I was like, that's when I was a little small fry, bro.
Right, exactly. That's what I said. That's the around the time you're about to start elevating, and all of a sudden I just see on his story like some shit about this, and I was like, what the fuck? So I DM him, and then I call one, and then that's when we got it solved. So we got this shit. I literally, because I called one, that whole shit was solved in like 2 hours, bro. Because it just didn't make any sense.
To mention after that, like after Hellzone like got ended or whatever, I was like, Zab, we should get this shit back up. And then we didn't do it until months later again. And then it was like we had a server set up and everything. It was just me and Zion there. And then I met I met Hellspawn and I met Hellspawn and doing in the little group chat thingy. I think what's his name added me. I don't even know how to pronounce his shit. It's like Mataka or whatever. I don't even know. But then he added me to that group chat, and that's where I met Hellspawn, bro. And then that's when like Hellzone was like there, bro. I think Zion invited them, and then all that shit. I don't know, bro.
I remember I've been a part of some collective. I can't even speak on like collective beef and shit like that, but I've seen the downfall of a very important collective that could have been really big. That could have been even bigger than Hellzone. It probably wouldn't have helped. It's just when you see a lot of shit fall and break down, it's just like, and sometimes the reason why it falls is the reason why it can't get back up, if that makes any sense. But with Hellzone, it was different because it was just something that was solved, it was just a brother problem. It wasn't, oh, you had fucking said something about my damn mama, nigga, fuck you. Like, it was just something simple that could have been solved. And so, like,
like this new shit, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's for us to talk about it.
I don't think it's really too deep. Like, you don't really have to speak on it, but it's just like,
it kind of is to like.
But you don't have to go. We don't have to go like super deep. That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, I'm saying like basically, bro. We cooling right now.
Yeah, we know Hellzone is in a very, very better position.
And Hellzone, he keeping his composure and shit with his swag and everything, bro. Look at him, bro.
Hey, so where do y'all see Hellzone in about 1 year from now? With the growth and everything.
Everywhere, bro.
Above everywhere. Matter of fact, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie with you, Silas, but you know how you said about like how like a spirit brings all together? I want to say this right now. Hellspawn, I'd have never known you if it was not from 741. Like, I knew you before I met you, and I'll tell you why. I started working with 741, and I was like, oh, do you want to join my collective? And I snooped around before that, and I seen your page, and I was like, man, I don't know who this nigga is, but you look cool though. Whatever. I was like, I'm not gonna follow him because I know that he's not gonna know who I am. He's probably gonna think I'm lame or whatever. And he had told me, he's like, I was in purgatory, and I was like, huh? Like, purgatory? I was like, oh, that's cool, but it was just some shit that I won't really speak on. So I was like, okay, it's none of my business. But I knew you were cool because 741 looks up to you like crazy. So I was like, okay, I know he's cool as fuck. And so we were producing and we were doing all this, and I was working with him. And I don't know if you had noticed beforehand. I don't know if you noticed like on his story or whatever. But we just started working. I was like, all right, Hellspawn. Couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, yo, it's crazy. And then I remember when you got into the other collective, MF13, before it ended. I was like, oh shit, that's Hellspawn. So I been knew about you for like months. And so now that everybody that I knew about, like Shiva, Envy, I already knew about Envy because of Mr. Lube, kill his face. And Shiva. And then Zoo obviously knew a bunch of spiritual niggas. I met Zoo off of TikTok because I wanted him to educate me a little bit. I ended up doing that. And then I ended up meeting y'all. So I feel like that, the universe is kind of like a spirit or something, just brought us all together, and now we're here. Like,
very much so. We all got pulled, magnetized each other,
Bro, I ain't think nobody fucking, to be honest, because nobody was saying,
bro, I was like, nobody knew who the fuck I am.
I'm just maybe going talking this shit. And then they pinged me. I was like, what the fuck? I woke up, I was like seeing this shit. And then they was asking me if I wanted like to get it, like, cause that's what I joined the group chat for like knowledge. And they asked me if I really wanted to get knowledge, cause yeah. And I was like, I guess, bro. I had to think about it for a little minute, and I said, yeah. And then that's when I started asking Hellspawn and shit. And then he added me to that. No, I made the other one. I'm tweaking, and I made another group chat. And bro, literally, it was for talking about Zaytoven, and it turned into a whole it turned into Hellzone, bro.
Bro, I remember the first time I was offered to join Hellzone. I was so scared to join because I was like, Because, you know, the whole hellzone aesthetic, like, when you think of Typhoon, just the name and how it's spelled in general. Like, and you see, that motherfucking hellzone? Like, bro, I just didn't think it fit me, but I wasn't thinking, like, oh, shit, it doesn't fit me, the aesthetic. I was thinking it doesn't fit me as in, I don't know what the motherfuckers talking about in that group chat, and I know I'm not going to have a damn clue what's going on. So I was just like, you know what? I'll join hellzone when I'm up, I guess when I'm bigger. This is like around the time I had a little bit below 100 followers. So I was like, okay, I want to join hellzone. I wanted to be a hellzone. So I was talking to like Za and shit, and I was talking to Zyzier before everything happened and stuff like that. And I was just I was like, okay, hellzone sound cool. So like eventually I started warming up to the idea of being in hellzone. Because at first I was like, nah, I sound too different from the rest of them niggas. Cause I thought it was a bunch of damn, oh shit. You know, just a bunch of, how do you put it in like an underground sense, Saya? How you put it? Shit, like, I didn't think hellzone was like a bunch of sigil core wannabes, but I thought it would be like, oh, we don't like them niggas because he does this. Oh yeah, fuck it. I thought it would be, but slowly, you know, meeting the people that were in hellzone, it was different. Like the whole energy, like when you have a conversation with them, their energy is just so peaceful, dog. Like it's just like, damn. Like I was like, damn, bro. Like that was so fucking wrong. Like shit. And so like every time I have a conversation or just even have like a little interaction with them, I always like enjoy it to the fullest. So it's like, shout out to y'all niggas. Y'all niggas are great.
Thank you, brother.
Much love.
So I got one more question for y'all boys, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up right quick. So how do y'all feel about the emergence of occult imagery being in music? I think it can be, my personal opinion is that I think it can wake a lot of people up and be a catalyst for a lot of good change in the world. But I don't know. At the same time, I feel like people are playing with things that they don't even know what they're getting into.
Oh yeah, I got it. Oof. Oh, everybody got something to talk about on this topic. Even 741, bro. You know. Oh man, bro. I feel like that at the end of the day, if hellzone, and I'm just using this as a hypothetical sense, if hellzone really lives up to what it's saying, if we really go for the truth, it's our job to educate people, because we each have people that are also going up, and we're all repping hellzone in our own shit, in our own sense, so that if one of us goes up, hellzone's coming with it. Because once you see a nigga in a collective that goes up, they're going to check out whoever's in that collective. So it's our job to educate people if they, of course, you know, it's our job. But, you know, just seeing a whole bunch of people with these Lucifer pendants, not knowing what they're doing, you know, putting a whole bunch of sigils, like these niggas will really sit over here and, you know, say some bullshit. And I'll just use, for example, like I met a kid on TikTok, and it was under Shiva's comment section, and he was trying to spread knowledge, and this nigga was like, but you got dual set sigil in your profile picture. I was like, oh, dog, what the fuck? And I was
No way.
that shit had me crying for like 3 days, bro. I was like, there's no fucking way.
Isn't that the Mephisto one, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's the can't describe it, but you know, I won't say too much on it right now because I don't think it's time and place. But he's like, you have dual set sigil in your profile picture. And I was like, dog, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. And it wasn't even the fact that it was the comment itself. It's the fact that shit had like 13 likes to back it up. Like it was like, there's no way I think like this. There's no way. And we sat over there and I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. And then these niggas will sit over here, and I know that some sigils for some deities or some marks or whatever, they'll sit over here and they won't respect it. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, when you see a Christian, you don't see them putting blood on a cross. Like, if that makes any sense. You don't see them disrespecting their cross and breaking it in half. These niggas sitting over here bedazzling sigils and shit. And I'm just like, these niggas just doing shit that I would just never understand. And sometimes they don't want to hear that knowledge. There's just, like, I asked this one girl, she was like, oh, it's all an aesthetic. I was like, huh? I was like, what do you mean an aesthetic? Is that what?
Was it a white girl?
Hell yeah, boy, what the fuck?
Oh, no, I'm so, bro. I told you.
I was like, dog.
It's always the white girls, bro. Don't ever get with the white girls, ever.
They gonna end up, your ass gonna be folded into a pretzel the next morning, bro. Her ass gonna be laid out. That, like, when I be looking at it, I'm just like, because some of these niggas really be like, they be fully devoted to another religion, and I just think it's ironic that you're this religion and you're using this in your music. And you know, in some religions, I won't speak on all religions, but you're kind of like disrespecting both in a sense. Like you're disrespecting not only the main religion, like it's like saying you're a Christian and you're a Luciferian, and then you're using both of these symbols simultaneously to represent both things. It's like disrespecting both of the main outputs of the religion. Like just throw the deities out a window. You're disrespecting the morals. You're disrespecting the outlook that other people have on the religion, and you're disrespecting the simple fact that this is some people's lifestyle. Because sometimes it's not even a spiritual religion thing. Sometimes it's just straight up, what the fuck are you doing? You don't live this life. Like it's just but also
y'all gonna need, whenever y'all let me talk, let me know.
I got you. My fault. You got the stage.
Yeah. Okay. It is the most outrageous thing to me. The spreading of occult imagery, it always pissed me off on so many levels. And I remember just people not understanding why it pissed me off. And then, people saying, it's always gonna be that way. There's always gonna be people using occult imagery. But just the past few years, it's been horrible. I mean, it's just been so bad to where like you can't even open certain discussions without people connecting that to the corny stuff, the whole aesthetic side. People are gonna associate real people with the fakes, and it's sort of like the situation where it's like being a studio gangster, literally, because Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, they were fake, right? And then Eazy-E was trying to say like, hey, they're fake, like it's all an aesthetic for them. It's the same thing. History is repeating. Now it's about the spiritual side of it. So, all of these people, man, they're completely fake, bro. Everybody in Gold Trap, they don't practice nothing. And I'm name dropping everybody right now. Just everybody in Gold Trap, everybody this and this and that. All these other collectives, you're not about that. And you need to stop doing that. Just straight up. Because the more we let it slide, then it closes a door. So I understand the question brought up, like, it could be a good thing to awaken people. I mean, it would be if the majority of people cared to learn, but the majority of people do not care to learn, so they just stop the door right where it opens. And for somebody like me, who's day in, day out, devoting to spirits and doing all this stuff, man, it's offensive. It's really offensive. It really is. Do you have any more questions to add to that? Because honestly, I'm in the mood to just talk about whatever, bro.
Yeah, so I'll expand on that, to ask another question. I had the same reaction. I was very surprised to see. I mean, I've been familiar with the whole rap side of conspiracy theories. Is this person doing a blood sacrifice? And to see that adorned as something that is normal, I wasn't so much as offended, but concerned. Like, what does this mean for the future? Because I know it, exactly what you said. A lot of people won't care to learn. Becky's gonna come down the street and just think, oh, it's an aesthetic. And she gonna be wearing a sigil, not realizing she's gonna have so many spirits try to attach themselves to her. And it's a lot bigger than people think. It's not some spookism. It's a long documented history, thousands of years old, that I feel like people are playing with. So to expand on that and to offer some questions, I feel like, what would you say to those people who may be misled, influenced by these influencers?
For the people that are misled, I always tell people, just start from the very beginning. Just take all the steps back and just have a fresher perspective, and then learn a tradition that has been passed down. Find people you can trust, and that may not be always easy, but if you go outside, you can really manifest the right people towards you. I'm not even lucky, like I said, you manifest the right people towards you, and I've met great people who taught me different things. And just when you really speak to a lot of people who really are about it, it makes you realize just how beautiful it is, and how much just like about tradition it is, and just passing it down. So I always feel like people should have a teacher, like an actual teacher, who has something passed down to them. And that's not always easy with what you call it, like practicing the Goetia and stuff. Like people, they just think it's for grabs, right? But there's even stuff behind that, like certain ways of opening up the space and making sure you're ready to call whatever energy, or just ready to start thinking a certain way, even, because if you're not preparing yourself for that, you can harm yourself even just psychologically. So there's a lot more steps, and these steps are passed down from people who take it seriously. And I'm not here to tell everybody to believe in whatever. You can believe in whatever, but certain things have expectations. You know, this has an expectation, this has an expectation. Everything has an expectation in spirituality, right? So you can't walk into a church naked with blood on you, you know? That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And you can't walk into a ritual with your SoundCloud page open asking for more plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because your mind's not in the right place. Like, it's supposed to be spiritual. You're just asking for plays. It's mundane. And that's kind of the comedic side. This is why I really enjoy watching Hex videos, because he embodies the whole just mundane side of it. Like, oh, we're gonna go in the forest. I gotta meet Hex Lord. I'm such a big fan. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. That you get it. That's the whole message behind it, bro. I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, I love you for that, bro. I really love you for that.
Oh, wow, that's oh shit, hey Envy. But like that's part of the reason why I started having a little bit more personality now, is because of you and fucking Hellspawn, bro. Y'all niggas are so funny. So when I just see this nigga and I just see another Hexlord video, that shit is just so funny, bro. Like, I sit over there in my room, I put that shit on my TV, and I just sit over there and laugh for like 20 minutes, because it's just so, it just means that you could be yourself. Like and I know that we say that a lot in the underground, like especially with like all the sigils and shit, but it's all just about perspective, and like you said, who's willing to learn. So when we say be yourself, be yourself, like you're 100% right about the spiritual thing. Like it's the same thing with Christianity as it is with any other religion. You can't fucking pray for a BB belt. Like you can't do that. It's not something you can do. You can't pray for fucking lean. You gotta get a little bit serious with it. I want to pray for fortune so you can get more.
Right.
Pray for that. Shit like that. Like you can't sit over there. Well, let me get a BB belt and some Marys. Like you can't do that. It's like disrespectful. You got to be able to be chill about it and kind of, I guess, express yourself. I'm not saying hide your true intentions like a snake, but if you're going to talk to a deity, if you're going to talk to anybody spiritually, or even if it's God, if you're a Christian or if you're a Muslim, just be like, I want, more fortunes. I want wealth. I want to be able to live, obviously, well. But at the same time, spiritually, even a lot of people who claim they believe in, this spirituality or do this, the whole point of spirituality is to help yourself, and then whoever is guiding you or whoever is you're worshiping helps you after, because they have to see if you're going to put in that effort to put that, you're going to put your foot forward for that, or you're just going to sit there and watch me do all the damn work. So in a sense, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Lucifer, whether it's whatever, whether it's Allah, it doesn't matter. Are you going to put that step? Are you going to show that effort that you want, that, oh, I want this, and I'm willing to work for it, and then everything will come to you.
Yeah, it's a dance. Spirituality is a dance. It moves, it sways, but you stay with it. No matter where your mind's at, it's you keep that certainty that your energy's right, that stuff's gonna draw towards you, and then you just fall in love with whatever spirit or tradition you're working in, and then it allows your life to glow, and it shows itself in the music too, and it's beautiful. I absolutely advocate for people interested in it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is there anything else anybody wants to add to that before we move on?
Damn. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just Saya Envy 741. Y'all niggas really haven't been saying too much, so they got the stage.
Nah, everything's been said really for that.
My man, I can tell he's like tired. Like this nigga has to have been like sleep.
True, it's been an hour.
I can't blame him. Shit, I'd have been asleep too.
I know, right? Like, I wish I was 741 right now so I could be in the dark and not pass out.
That man's talented, bro. Like all that talent comes with responsibility. I'll be sleepy too. Shit.
Yep. So this is the part of the interview where if you want to give any special shout outs, any disses, or just talk about whatever you want to talk about, now's the time to do so.
All right. First, I want to say shout out y'all. Shout out everybody. Another invitation. Shout out Silas again, nigga. We're not done with this. I'm gonna do this every fucking time I get an interview or even have the chance to speak on one. Shout out Silas again for giving me this opportunity. By the way, if y'all didn't know, these shits are FREE. Fuck nigga free. Y'all niggas need to get y'all one.
Oh, this dude, bro.
Y'all niggas need to get y'all one, bruh. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about. Porn, talk about it. Dick, talk about it. Movies, talk about it, nigga. We here 24/7. This nigga is working his ass off. Nigga, go get you one right now. Oh, whoop y'all ass with a yardstick.
Yeah.
Shout out Hellzone. Shout out Sincere. Shout out my day one. Shout out Keku. Pedophile K. Weirdo K. We don't fucking no fakes. Y'all niggas are weird. Y'all niggas are bums, broke, busted ass bitches.
What type of?
That's what I said. Yeah. Hold on, nigga. You made me forget my thought process.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Shout out Messiah. Nigga got the best sex community.
See what I'm talking about? Nigga was so gay, bro. He's so...
You're a damn lie, nigga. Okay, hold on. Messiah.
Wait, chill, bro. Calm down. Lower your phone. Turn your volume down.
We're not gonna let this slide. We're not gonna keep this in. Silas, I want you to keep this in.
I was joking.
I said my birthday is coming up in 4 days. Also, I said my birthday was coming up in 4 days. This nigga types in full effect, still not in sync. Nigga says fuck me.
I meant to say bro. I meant to say F you because you called me a bitch.
Nah, nigga, you
bro, it's like
nigga, shut up, bro. And
this is my phone tweaking, bro. Whatever. I ain't fucking
if I get this album out fast enough,
you can't last fast enough.
Anywho.
He just put out a whole victory scream. I'm sorry, bro.
This is Typhoon, and I'm finna beat the shit out of Messiah. By the way, my birthday's in 4 days, nigga. So you know what that means? That means we're getting a birthday tape, gang. You already know. About to be big 17.
Alright, what you want to say, Hustle?
Oh yeah, we're doing shout outs. So shout out Hellzone. Shout out all my surfers. Shout out my family, my mom, my sister, my dad, my grandpa. Shout out all the funky kids.
The whole bloodline, bro.
Shout out, man.
Nah, shout out them though.
Shout out the mothership. Shout out Bootsy Collins, bro. Love you, Bootsy Collins. Shout out George Clinton. Shout out.
What?
Man, cool. I got shout outs. Yeah, and rest in peace, Roger Trump. All right, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Bro. 741.
Shout out
to UK. Fuck you talking about?
Shut up, nigga.
Fuck Ghoul Trap, Serpents Devour the Ghouls type shit.
Damn. Tell him, man. Tell him 741. That's a good way to end it, right?
Shout out to Sincere as well. Typhoon
yes, sir. Shout out Sincere. Big Sincere. I already know he got the tag. You're so sincere. Shit fire.
I'm so sincere.
Well, that's it. So y'all niggas just tapped in with Hellzone. Make sure y'all follow all of our pages. The Hellspawn page.
Yeah, follow my page. Saya2B. Y'all know me on Instagram.
No, it's Saya2 Gay. Saya2 Gay.
Bro.
All right. So anywho, make sure I hit Envy up too. I'm at Typhoon on all platforms. 741 Revival. Make sure I hit up all of our under.
Shout out Typhoon OnlyFans. Shout out Typhoon.
Get the fuck out.
Bro, I'm just trying to shout you out. Like, dude.
This nigga's a clown, yo. Shout out everybody.
We ain't talk, bro. Envy, say your shout out, bro. What you trying to say? Are you still in the bathroom, cuz? That's all I want to ask.
He's been in the bathroom the whole time.
That nigga been I know he been shitting with no clothes on this entire time. Nigga struggling.
In the most fucking hardcore. You need a plunger right now, bro.
Nigga is dying.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever you said, Envy. But yeah, y'all already know. Y'all tapped in. Y'all already fucking know, nigga.
Y'all tapped in with
I'm the next big pedophile up. You already know. Fuck you talking about.
Also, I didn't tell them about this, but they also don't know about this. But expect the Hellzone Cypher coming soon, very, very soon, very, very soon.
Hellzone music is on the rise. Been producing a whole lot. So it might be a desert, but it's gonna have an empire in that desert, bro. Just real soon, we're building up. We got a lot of stuff on the way. We got a project called Vampirical Vehemence coming soon. So that's coming.
Hell yeah, y'all. Y'all heard it here first. Don't sleep on my people. Listen, cause you don't want to be that guy stuck in 2016 still listening to X. You gotta tap in. You gotta tap in.
You fucking
now.
heard him.
So
you
listen,
heard him, nigga.
Listen. Follow him on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Show love. Stay peaceful. Stay great. Rise up. Cause one day the underground will be above ground. You know what I'm saying? It's been Saintly Silas the Soldi, man.
That made me more. Yeah, we got that.
And I'm out.